We gather every week, and our intention is to share what hypnosis is. But also, for anybody that's willing to come back more than a couple of times, you're gonna learn really quick what basic hypnosis is. But each Tuesday evening has a theme, and what I call tool time with Sandra, because a lot of what hypnosis is hypnotically working with the subconscious mind. Our job is to partner with your subconscious in such a way that we give the subconscious tools and techniques and suggestions. Well, once you make that connection with your subconscious, game on.
Right.
So once we make that connection, then you don't really have to be, quote, in trance. You don't have to be in a state of hypnosis for you to partner with your subconscious. Because it's not like I'm going to connect you with your subconscious and then you're going, oh man, I need the fix, got to go back to Sandra. Of course, I'd love for you to come and continue to learn and grow and get through any issues or challenges you're facing. But bottom line, once your subconscious knows that tools are available, then that's what you get here. And then you go home in your own personal life. Like if I were to give you a focus ring and you get it here, that's great. But then the next time you're at work and you're going, I really need to focus on this. And you give yourself that 10 minutes of focus on only this project. In 10 minutes, the rest of the world is there, but you've got your project done. You know, that sort of thing. So the intention for what we do is to gather together the community, to introduce hypnosis, but then to also give and gift a tool for the evening within what we're doing. Every week is something different. Now, usually I do the Tuesday nights. Tammy does the meditation Mondays, which is every other Monday night. And one Tuesday evening a month here, we do relapse prevention. We work with people who have addictive behaviors or they're coming off of addictive issues. Next week is relapse week. So, you know, if you want to come for the hypnosis, skip next week and all the others will be. Now, starting in September, every month, there will also be one Tuesday evening where we merge modalities, which is really cool because last month, what we did is we brought a lady in and she shared from her heart essential oils, the power of using essential oils. Well, then when it came time, and she shared them, but when it came time to do the trance work, I said, okay, now imagine. What she did is, you know, she did the essential oil stuff, passed them around, but then when it was time for the hypnosis, I said, okay, whichever one was the most beneficial for you, subconscious, bring up the memory of that scent. And it was interesting because that was I had people put their hands together and ask subconscious to bring up the scent that they most needed to maintain. And everybody, you know, and people smell different things. This one smelled number 1. This one had number 2. That one had number, you know, it wasn't a combined thing. So once a month, starting in September, we're going to be having a merging of the modalities. So we're here every Tuesday night, was my point. But one Tuesday night a month is relapse prevention, and unless that really interests you. But yeah, and the merging, you know, it's kind of like we're doing Synergy 5, and another, the week after that, or the month after that, Tammy's going to merge hypnosis and Reiki. And the month after that, we're going to bridge hypnosis and Ayurveda tea. You know, because Ayurveda is the ancient Indian from India. Their ancient natural path of healing. And that has been brought forward with the different tea. So we're going to have, you know, hypnosis and a cup of tea. It'll be on the meetup, because I've got meetup out until the end of December. Every Tuesday night, there'll be something here, and then Tammy does every other Monday. What we found is that a lot of people that walk through this door have a respect for other modalities. But then if you have a respect for other modalities, then you have a respect for other modalities. You know, it's not just, I'm willing to accept this and this. But if you're going to walk in this door, you're obviously willing to realize that there is an unseen and an unknown that is willing to be tapped into. Once you hit that, then it's like, okay, I get through this. I walk through this door. Well, I walk through this door. Wow. You know, you find out that when you walk through that door, you're actually going to a very similar place. And so but for tonight, and we're having a good time. We've been doing this for quite some time now, and it's become our gift, but it's also it's so powerful because it's not just like, this is the freebie. No, you get everything I've got. You get 100% of everything we've got. What we've come to study over the past, couple of months, and especially the tool I'm going to give you, which is just absolutely flippin' amazing, is that the combination of how we think, how we process our thoughts, how we process our mind's process. Now, for us, it's hypnosis.
Right.
How that actually affects the skin, the bones, the joints, the body systems. I mean, to actually connect the mind and the body, and not treat them as two separate things. So if we have a mind issue, if we have a body issue, blending those two makes everything stronger.
Right.
And so what I wanted to do tonight was talking about what happens when you partner those two.
Okay, all right.
Now, at its core, what got me to this point, which is really, really cool, is there is a lady, but she got to TED Talks, the TEDx Talks. Amy Cuddy is amazing. And what Amy Cuddy realized in her research is within the body, how you pose your body. And if you pose your body and hold it for an amount of time, your mind, your body chemistry, and your mind process actually shifts.
Right.
Amy Cuddy calls them power poses. And if you hold a power pose for 15 seconds, there is a chemical reaction that happens in your body. It's kind of like, you can't do this and be sad, And so if you're having a moment, but at its core, and there are Amy Cuddy has several different power poses that she recommends. But bottom line, there are a lot. That there are ways that if we hold and if we move and if we set an attitude within our physical bodies. And that's a body pose. Her studies show that if you do something like that, she was an academician, she teaches college, but they had people that were given no encouragement whatsoever. And then there was another group of people that were told that this will raise your test scores. Yeah. You need to, you lift your head, you decide, the Rocky thing, the Rocky pose on those steps. Remember in Rocky 1 when he ran up the steps and he's jumping up and down with his fist in the air? That's victory. He did it. Well, there's no way that kid jumping up and down on those library steps in Philadelphia was in a bad mood. It's like literally the crossover. And that crossover is what I kind of wanted to talk about tonight. Okay. What happens when we invite our body to the party? Choose to put your body into a position where your mind can join for positive change. Your mind's not like, oh, no. I'm determined to be depressed. Don't do that. No, your mind, your body, if they both, one helps the other one out.
Right. Oh, okay.
So that's kind of the idea that I had for this evening. Now, we are Galaxy Hypnosis, and we are a full-service hypnosis business. We have a blast. And to say we have a blast is an understatement. This is actually a business that was born and raised from the passion of our hearts. My husband watched me heal from a 15-year-old traumatic event.
Wow.
And when he watched me heal, it was like, okay, that's what I want to do with my life. And I got so hooked on hypnosis, it was cheaper to get him certified than to pay other people to hypnotize me.
Oh,
it was wonderful. And it wasn't too long after that, we both left our government jobs and we're full-time hypnotists. And we've been here since 2013. And so we've got some history. We got a lot of people coming through the door. We're having a good time. And the hypnosis is awesome. And I'm going to explain hypnosis to you here in just a moment. But it's basically at its core level, at the heart of the heart, the core of the core. It is connecting you with your subconscious mind. That's really all it is. There's a lot that it includes, but at its core, it is the connection between the cognitive thinking, clear mind and the subconscious mind. And making that partnership in such a way that most people don't spend 5 minutes of their lives turning around and saying, thank you, subconscious. Hello, even acknowledging that there is a part of them that holds all habits, all emotions, all memories, all imagination, all belief, every decision you've ever made. And why? My God, that's in one section of the mind game that makes life up. So when you partner with that, then you say, okay, memory, what you got? Memory, is this hooked to an emotion that we're not aware of? Emotion, you're feeling pretty rough here. What memories caused that? Bring those memories up. Let's work with this. Let's get this thing fixed. And we learn that healing comes at an emotional level. Well, at its core, that's what hypnosis is connecting you with your subconscious mind and then allowing me with permission to work with your subconscious. People coming through our doors are real people who say, you know what? I got this feeling, I got this issue, and I want to feel better.
Right.
We have a wide awake, thinking, clear mind. Okay, and he's the one. She's the one. I use he and she as my words. Okay, he's with you 24/7. She knows exactly who you are, where you are. She's been with you since your first breath. She'll be with you when you take your last. She knows what's going on within you. This cognitive, clear thinking mind is that logical part of you that keeps you from making stupid decisions. You know, if somebody walks in and says something really dumb, you're going, no, that's not for me. No, you're not talking to me. He can only hold so many things at a time. There's really only so much that your clear cognitive thinking mind can do. And a lot of that is the learning process. So once it's been learned, then the subconscious takes it. You didn't have to go find the blueprint to your house to go to the kitchen this morning. You just know where it is. And sometimes if you want to shift something or change something, it might take a while to shift a habit. You really only have to stub your toe twice to not hit that corner again. Anything that you're not actively doing and learning right here, right now, your subconscious has got it. Now, I see the subconscious mind as this amazing, sometimes I see it as an archive. Sometimes I see it as a library. Sometimes there's a warehouse. Sometimes it's a museum, whatever. But your subconscious is within you, within your heart, soul, mind, body, spirit. It's the all of you. There's no piece of you that doesn't have your subconscious within you. Therefore, knows everything. But your subconscious holds your habits, and you don't have good or bad habits. We do not have good or bad habits. What habits are something that you've learned enough that you don't have to repeat. You have to learn it to do it again. Okay. Now you can say, I don't want that habit anymore. I'd like a different one. Okay, that's a whole different issue. But habits themselves are just something that's been repetitively done until it's become comfortable to not have to learn it again. So he holds all your habits. Well, then she also has all of your emotions. And emotions are amazing because that's where we heal. When you actually heal at an emotional level, that's where everything shifts and changes. And a lot of times people will say, well, I want this habit to go away. Can you get rid of this habit? We say, okay, well, the habit's not necessary. The habit is absolutely not necessary. We can certainly get rid of the habit, but it's hooked on to this memory and this emotion. The reason you go out the back door is because when you were a kid, the neighbor's dog would be at the front door, so you always went out the back. No, you don't have to go out the back door anymore. But you go out the back door because as a kid, you'd never went out the front door. Okay? That kind of thing. Can I get rid of this habit? Well, it's hooked to this emotion, this memory. So what we do hypnotically is we do memory work connected to emotion, or emotional work working with memories. So he's got all your emotions. He's got all your memories. But then the cool part about the subconscious, which is just so flippin' amazing, is your subconscious houses, holds, and acts out your imagination. That's where imagination is. And so if you can imagine something differently, you change it. If you have enough to imagine, because imagination, think about imagination, emotion, and imagination. I need you to work with emotion here and bring it up, and for that which needs to be bright and vivid and brilliant, so we can work on it, bring it up. But imagination can also take something, if that's not necessary, can you fade it to black and white? Can you just disintegrate that and your imagination goes, got it, and suddenly you've turned the channel, that's not even there anymore, it's been put away, whatever. So your imagination is just flippin' amazing. And then there are two other areas that your subconscious really houses and holds and acts out. And one of those is your belief. I'm talking about believing that something can be different. And oftentimes if you doubt something, seriously doubt it, and working with your subconscious, you are able to shift that doubt even a little bit. And change happens. Then you realize, wait a minute, if that can change, then anything can change. And also there are people that I believe this. This is what I believe. You're not going to change it. This is who I am. This is what I believe. This is it. Okay. Well, if you can shift off of that just enough to realize there's another choice, there is another possibility. And that happens in the subconscious mind. And she also holds all your decisions. She holds your decisions for where you were. What age were you? Where were you? What were your circumstances? Oh my God, we make decisions based on the most obscure things. And oftentimes we don't even know why we've made the decisions we've made. So when we go back, oftentimes hypnotically we can say, okay, I have a banquet room that I do this in. I mean, I've got a whole toolbox we can do an evening on decisions. But what we do is we gather all your decisions and we honor them. We say, I want to thank you. Right or wrong, good or bad, because we could classify, but right or wrong, good or bad, any decisions that are not necessary for this moment, right here, right now, and we're going to clean those up. I'm going to give you a certificate of completion. You have done your job. I want to thank you. This is your diploma. This is your certificate of completion. You made the best decision that you could at the time based on the circumstances for where you were at, when you were at, and what was going on. But you know what? We are shifting things now. I am partnered with my subconscious. I am working to heal and to become whole with a oneness of us all attitude. And so when you do that, your decisions are gifted with certificates of completion. It's not like I decided that a long time ago and I said I'd always be that way. Okay, well, that decision is completed. You've done your job. Now with this new information, with this new balance, with this new awareness, I'm going to make a fresh. So some of these decisions are going to be completed and then shift and become part of the next one too. So that's what's within our subconscious. Now, as a hypnotist, and that's part of my Hello Subconscious stuff, I get to say, do I have permission to work with your subconscious? Is it okay that I speak with her? Is it okay that I speak with him? Because he's listening anyway. Right. But when I ask you, do I have permission to work with your subconscious? Two things happen. Your cognitive thinking, clear, wide awake, in your face, in my face mind, is going, yeah, that's fine. That's okay. And your subconscious is going, game on. I just got permission to work with Sandra. I got permission to receive this tool tonight, and this is great. And then a working partnership begins. So that's where the point of, do I have your permission to partner with your subconscious? And then it becomes the meeting of the minds. Now, I don't have you in some of my meals in trance right now, and we may not even go there this evening. But in trance, and as I speak this to you, I mean, subconscious, I know you're listening, and right. You guys are both, you're here with your subconscious. And it's a point of, David, I'd like you to meet your subconscious. Right. As subconscious, it's my honor to take a moment and introduce you today. And it's like, it is my privilege, it is my honor, it is my gift to you to say, hello, subconscious. And I want you to know she's there, and that's the part of you that realized that you could shift ownership of those cards. You can come up with that on your own. Your subconscious is going, I gotcha. What you want, what you need is right here. And if you will just ask. Do you feel that difference in just being able to say, right. Hello, I'm glad to meet you. Thank you for working with me. At the core level in this partnership with the subconscious, which is what I just did, our subconscious holds all our habits, knows why they're there. And it's a little bit like that thing with the decisions. That habit happened because this happened. And this is how I feel about it. And this is what my memories are. And there it is. We heal at an emotional level. And the memories are held at the time, the place, the space, the age of when they happened. You grew up. There might have been something that happened when you were 6. That memory is of a 6-year-old. So oftentimes with what we do with subconscious, we can say, subconscious, what's the memory that's tripping everything up here? Wants to change something, but it's based on an old memory. And if we know what that is, then we can reframe it, look at it differently. When you look at something differently, everything changes. You can justify it as an adult, but it still happened to a kid. Right. We had a lady that came in here, and this is an example of what you're saying. Okay, this is an example. We're going back to 10 for this example. Lady walks in here, and she says, I want to have a happy honeymoon. We're going to Ireland, and I'm terrified to fly. Will you help me get on the plane? So Larry worked with her, and there's a memory process. There's an emotional memory process we work on, and I'm not going to do it for you right now. But the point is, do you know how that feels? Do you know that feeling that comes up? Right. Go back to the first time you ever felt it. So this girl goes back to when she was 20 something, and there was turbulence, and she was out of control in midair, and it really scared her. I mean, she freaked out. She had a panic attack when she was out of control in midair in this plane. And so she assumed that she was afraid to fly. So Larry took her to that point and said, subconscious, is that the first time you ever felt this feeling? And subconscious said, no. Okay, go back to the first time you ever felt this feeling. This kid was 10 years old, at a birthday party, being thrown into the swimming pool, out of control in midair. out of control in midair at age 10 at a birthday party in somebody's backyard. And so, there's a process that we do, subconscious, is there any neat reason to still have a panic attack because of something that happened when you were 10? No. That was an isolated event. Yes. We go back, we get that child, we say, you know what, you're going to be okay. Everything works out fine. You're going to be okay. And I'm really going really fast on that concept. But bottom line is Larry soothed the child. The lady brought that scared kid into her heart and said, it's okay. You're all right. Calm down. I got you. On that day, nobody took care of you, but I'm here to take care of you now. And the kid calmed down. Larry puts her back on a plane hypnotically and says, how are you? She said, this has nothing to do with the plane. I'm fine. Wow. That out of control in midair had nothing to do with being on a plane. Right. It had to do with being out of control midair when she was 10.
Right, okay.
So we can do that. So we do memory work. We do emotional work. And do you see how we use imagination for every bit of that?
And she didn't know what that memory was.
No.
I mean,
no. She thought she was afraid to fly because when she was 22, there had been a turbulence.
Right. Okay.
But the point is, the reason she got so upset with the turbulence is because it kicked her into here.
Right. Okay.
So when she came in here, she only went to here. Yeah. She didn't realize that was a result of. So, fascinating stuff. I'm doing it right now. Do you guys feel this already? You feel like you've met your subconscious? You've already gotten a couple of tools. Your subconscious is listening. It's already working. Because it's a state of focused attention. When you meditate, it's a case of clearing your mind and allowing yourself to receive whatever is available. It's like receiving thought. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second here. In hypnosis, you're actually focused attention. You're going to settle in. You're going to settle down. Relax. I am going to speak to your subconscious. And it's a focused attention. You're hearing. You're being aware. Now, sometimes with hypnosis, there are two different things that happen. People say, well, I don't think it worked because I heard you. Okay, well, what good is it if you don't? Okay, really? What good is it if you didn't hear me? But at the same time, when people launch, which is amazing, but when they launch and then they come back and go, oh God, I don't know if that worked because I don't remember anything. Oh, either I don't think it worked because I heard you, or I don't think it worked because I didn't hear you. Right. Well, both are perfectly fine. It doesn't matter. And a lot of times there's just this float in the middle of, I hear you, but I could care less, because your thinking mind is invited to drift off. Your thinking, clear, cognitive mind is like, you are safe and you are not being shipped out for anything. You can settle right here and listen to everything, or you can honestly go into that blue black of space and actually relax. And I will call you back because I'm going to work with the subconscious anyway. It's a listen to the sound of my voice and follow my simple instructions. When I say simple instructions, it's because nothing has to be hard. There's nothing hard about this. When was the first time you felt that? Go back to it now. Oh God, I'm 4 in a crawl space. Really? How interesting. We go back. We say, hey, it's going to be okay. You get out of this spot. You're all right. Come on. I got you, baby. I got you. And you soothe and you heal the emotion and then move on. So nothing has to be hard. And I already kind of explained to you the meeting of the minds. Your cognitive mind is going to meet your subconscious, and then you're going to give me permission to work with you, because I've got tools, talents, and abilities that I can give to you. Like what I've already said this evening. It's like, well, that's amazing. Transformation happens. And it's like when you say to subconscious, is this possible? And subconscious says, yeah, I got this. Okay, make it so. That's immediate. It's not like I'll think about it and kick it in next week. It happens right away. But if I've just worked with you about being able to get on a plane and you don't fly till next Saturday, you're actually not going to get on a plane until next Saturday. Right. We can work a million things, and everything, it's right on time. It's immediate. There's just a gradual integration that happens with working with the subconscious. Now, this is kind of what I was telling you about earlier. Did you guys see the movie Braveheart?
Of course.
No.
Okay, Braveheart was built. It's a medieval Scottish movie. I think it was the story of a man that lived in the 1100s. I think in this particular scene, he is facing his enemy, but he's walking up as if I've got nothing in my hand. Do you see the power in that guy's? Yeah. The power in his stance, the power in his hands, the power in his eyes, and there's a statement being made in his body. I understand that this is an actor, but at the same time, you can bet that when this guy was actually doing this, he felt in control. He's giving himself in a position of surrender, but there's nothing but control. So anybody he's walking toward had better be paying attention. The point here is, and I recommend, this is another tool for your subconscious that I'm giving you right here and right now. The idea here is, and for me, it's a body placement thing, but for me, receiving comes from here. Now for you, it could be in your big toe. I'm not telling you where, but there is a huge difference between thinking thought and then deciding, how do I feel about that?
Right.
This is what I think, because I'm smart, because I'm academic, because I think things through before I feel them. Well, when you think something and then feel it, it's like, okay, this is what I think, and you get this all worked out, and then you sit down with yourself and go, okay, so how do I feel about what I think? Or, and this is what I recommend, you're willing to receive thought, and when you receive thought, you feel it first. That's where you're actually saying, hello, subconscious, talk to me. And it's like, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. And what do I think about that? Now notice neither side of this fulcrum got left out. You're still going to feel, you're still going to think. It's which one comes first. So when you take the time to receive the thought, that is the Hello Subconscious tool of the day that I'm giving your subconscious. So subconscious, I'm talking to you now, that you as a, there again, I'm moving you between the cognitive and the subconscious. Do you see what I'm doing? Yeah. I'm shifting you between those two. So when you cognitively say, you know, subconscious, I would really like to begin to receive thought. So talk to me. So you kind of get in the habit of going, how do I feel about this before you think about it? Mm-hmm. And the feeling level, if you were to think, either think here, think in your head, or think in your heart. Receiving thought is how do you feel about it first. And thinking thought, it's like in your head. You know, so you get out of your head into your heart. So your operating system is going to be in one or the other. You're not going to operate from both at the same time. And what I recommend is that you choose to move, and I can help you with this hypnotically. This is a hypnotic tool I'm giving you. We choose to shift your operating system from the thinking process first to the feeling process first. And then when you receive thought, so then your subconscious is going, they can throw an emotion at you, or throw a memory, or give you some vivid imagination. That's like, I hadn't even considered that. Wow, you're right. And you know, and that's where that inspired action, those inspired ideas come from a feeling level, and you go, oh my God, that's awesome. How do I feel about that? What do I think about that? I think I want to do that. You know, that sort of thing. So does that make sense? You're either going to feel the thought or think the thought. Right. The thoughts are going to be there. But you know, are you feeling it first, or are you thinking it? Because the thoughts are on both of those. Notice it. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, that's fine.
We actually work with the subconscious. And what I'm recommending is that when you set yourself to receivership, and it's a gift, when you give yourself the gift of receivership, oh my God, everything changes. Yeah. Because then you can receive thought, but you can also receive imagination. Imagination, talk to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one of the things that I say to my clients all the time is, as you connect with your subconscious, knows where all the memories are, knows where all of the emotions are, and why. Hello. When you kick in with your subconscious, and especially your imagination, for this particular tool, and I'm speaking to your subconscious now, this particular tool, you will never know what you've been saved from, ever. Because when you ask your subconscious, when you give your subconscious not just invitation but permission, have at it 24/7, 360, take care of me. I want you to subconscious, I want you to absorb into the radiance of my entire everything, atmosphere. And then, just like we all know, that there are certain people, there are body gestures, there are things communicated well before verbal. Okay, so let's say you're working with somebody, and your subconscious is aware that first they're going to do this, and then they're going to do this, and then they're going to start yelling. Okay? Well, you may not have even realized the first three things that they did first. First, he hits his tie. Yeah. You don't even know that, but your subconscious does. And so what's interesting is when you actually invite your subconscious into your complete and total, I am with you, I am partner with you, go for it. Whatever you recognize, I honor that. And Your subconscious sees the first couple of cues, and all of a sudden you remember you have to go to the bathroom, or you need to go make a phone call, or somebody else says something and catches your subconscious catches your attention over here, and you never know. My big joke is, oh, look, a squirrel. Thank God for the squirrels.
Yeah.
Thank God for the squirrels. Thank God for the bird that flew over, or the rain that came in. My goodness. And your subconscious, and you will never know what you've been saved from. I had a lady that came in here one day, and she was so anxiety-ridden, she couldn't speak without crying. I mean, there was nothing she could do without crying. And after a significant amount of time, she's still telling the exact same story. And I said, but I want you to notice all you're doing now is telling me the story. That's all you're doing now. It's the same facts. But we had completely moved the extremity of the emotional anxiety.
Okay.
And it was amazing. I mean, it was just amazing. And so she had all these tools. And this was a private session, door closed in my office. Next week, she comes back and she's sitting in my chair. And I said, well, how did it go this week? And she says, well, I don't know if the hypnosis worked or not because nothing happened that made me anxious. And I looked at her and said, repeat what you just said. She said, well, I don't know if it worked because nothing this week made me anxious. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Because when we create change, we create a new normal.
Right. Okay.
And in a week, she hadn't had a flip out. She couldn't sit in my chair without crying. Everything she said caused her to cry again. And so anyway, new normal is another tool. Because when you move from one thing to another, your subconscious is able to just flat out give you a fresh new normal. So that kind of gives you the general overview in a very, very quick overview of hypnosis in general as you walk in this door. We build up the rapport and we flow from there. Now, I want to go back for just a moment to the power pose concept, okay? Now, look up Amy Cuddy. You've watched her. She's been on YouTube a couple of times. This woman is amazing. And she has other videos also, but the TED Talk stuff are 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Now, she's a professor, so she can talk with us for 2 hours. It's not terribly interesting for 2 hours. It's really fun for 15 minutes. But one of the power poses is that hands on the edge, hands on the table, lean forward. That is, without saying a word, it's that I'm in control, I'm strong, pay attention to me. And if you were going to go into a meeting and you needed people to hear you and you want them to pay attention to what you're doing, before you go in there, go in the bathroom, grab the edge of the sink, go into power. Put yourself into a position of power. I'm not saying walk into the meeting, grab the table, and snarl. That's possibly not the message you want to put, because I'm not really talking about a message to the world. I'm more talking about a message that you and your subconscious can create together as a respect-filled union. Now, we already talked about the Superman pose. I honestly do that every morning. There is a theory that if you do anything for 17 seconds, I guess. If you do anything for 17 seconds, then a new thought path has been created. It's called neuroplasticity. Yes. And neuroplasticity is where your brain, the brain science within your physical brain shifts and changes at the speed of need, at the speed of thought, at the speed of situation, at the speed of health, at the speed of wellness. There's so many things that create neuroplasticity. But one of those things is if you did something like this for 17 seconds, you have started a new pathway, and your mind, your body, your being, and your brain are into, I'm good. Best day ever. And what I say when I do that, I hold it, I shift my chin up, and I don't do this in front of anybody.
No.
This is for me.
Right.
But my statement is best day ever. And I mean it. This is the best day ever. And I use the hands on the hip one. I thought the jump for joy thing was cool, because another one is where you throw your hands up in the air, like we talked about the Rocky pose. Mm-hmm. That's victory. That's I did it. That's that exuberant joy of the thrill of victory. Okay? Think of how you could use that. And again, you don't have to embarrass yourself in front of your friends, but if when Tammy, I think I gave her the hands on the hip one to do. I'm pretty sure that's the one I gave her. You put your hands on your hip, put your chin up, and know that when you're going to be strong, you're going to be healthy, you're going to be in control. You got this. The last one, you can't see the whole picture there, but this gentleman, I think it's probably at the Olympics or something like that.
Eurasian Bowl. He's held the world record for one of the fastest marathoners for life.
Okay, so, but his point is he is reaching back with one hand and he's pointing with the other. It's like, first and 10, I got this. Well, you know what? You can just, you don't see the whole picture. You don't even need the whole picture to see the power in that pose. Mm-hmm. Now, this guy is anything in the world but depressed. Okay?
Right.
If you wake up sometime, you said you have some issues with anxiety, you have a few issues with depression, and if you were to have a moment where you feel it coming on, or you realize it's processing. I know. I know. And you hold that for 17 seconds and
17 now late.
You missed the first 5 seconds.
But how do you feel?
Oh, I feel great.
Exactly.
That's this one and this one. The Supergirl.
I do that.
What now? The
Supergirl.
Oh, okay.
It's not Superman, it's Supergirl.
Right. Oh, it's Superman.
But I was telling him that the day that I learned this stuff, you were on your way to your mom's, and I made you stop and do that before you got there, because I wanted her to feel strong and capable and in control and invincible, because she wasn't sure what she was going to face, and you did do it, right? Or did you just tell me you did it? Okay.
No, I did it. And actually it was very impactful, because this is not made up or anything like that. It's kind of like, this sounds kind of crazy. Sandra tells me this stuff, and I'm like, really? There was doubt in my mind. But you know what? When I did that, there was like this power that surged through me.
Because she had shifted away from being scared.
I did.
From the pose.
I did. Because the
when your mind and your body are coming together.
It's all in the neuro. It's all in the mind. And, when someone lays their depression, their stuff, and they smack you with it, what do you usually do?
Yeah.
You go down.
Yeah.
But you know what? That gave me the power. That gave me the thought that I am who I am. You can't change what other people go through. Because everyone's meant to go through challenges, meant to face things. It doesn't mean you have to crash when they crash. It means that
And that was the biggest thing. She didn't have to crash. Right. That was it. Yeah.
You can be strong and show strength. Because when you show strength to that other person, they're not going to go down as far as they would normally.
Did that 17 seconds last the whole day, or do you have to?
You can redo it as often as you need to.
I didn't know how long. It's
really. I think the point is that it takes 17 seconds to set a new neural pathway.
Yes.
If you can process a new thought, a new feeling. So, it's kind of like we were laughing one day because somebody that we were talking to said she had a really, really rough moment. And, Tammy did it to me the other day. And I was upset about something. And she said, okay, it's not been 17 seconds yet. Stop it. I went, oh!
What's funny is after you start doing it for a little while, you're doing it without even noticing.
Yeah, okay.
And you feel those subtle changes. It's just kind of like, the teacher that we learned from, he teaches us about different ways, like when we talk about love, about air. And when you think about that, you tend to look up.
Yeah.
Air, because those are all uplift. You think about duty, responsibility, that actually grounds you, that pulls you down into the earth. So when you're doing this, you're very grounded. You're very in your space. And you do it without even knowing it.
And you could come up with your own power poses. It's just Amy Cuddy, in order to teach what she I every morning. And it's not just the hands on the hip. It's like, for me, it's like I got it. Because it's funny. It makes me laugh. So if I wake up anxious, it kind of takes care of it. So.
But it's kind of interesting. If you stand up, try it.
Yeah.
I'll stand up. Let's do it. Try it.
Yeah. And it's just,
it's just like,
Exactly. So who's your favorite superhero? Who's your favorite person that you idolize? And think about the power. Think about the strength.
But there's the idea. And you can come up with your own.
Something else like going like moving like this or something, kind of as a focus, like if you, I don't know, like if you're trying to just, you kind of like point or something. There's different things
So
You know.
say you're going into a meeting. What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm retired now, so
Okay, so you're retired.
so that's right.
But you're coming into the door and you're meeting somebody. You don't want to pose the lack of confidence.
Right.
Slouch shoulders.
You
Slouch
know,
posture.
It's
Right?
Right.
You want to be confident. You want to be strong.
Well, I
You're
think
going to
just
square your
kinda
shoulders
like,
up.
yeah, and just standing erect and.
But that itself is a power pose. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
You can choose your own. They can be as
People, I think, notice things.
But feel it.
Yeah, like.
because
people
what we're doing tonight is mixing the body with the mind.
Like if like this, folks would kind of, bend.
Do that and then try to smile.
Bend,
do this and try to smile.
It's kind of like, but.
And feel that.
And see what we're doing tonight is we're connecting the body posture.
Feel sturdy. And
I feel
connected.
better than like with this.
Right.
I mean, I can't explain it, but.
And you say, "Hi, I'm Tammy."
Yeah, hi.
You pose that confidence, that
Okay.
strength,
Yeah.
that power pose. Now
It's
you
in
know
your
if
mind.
you say,
Okay.
"Okay,
No, wait.
shake it off."
What did you just do? I'm sorry. You just walked. Well, but how did
Notice
you
the
do?
difference. I was just
Okay,
going
wait a
like
minute.
This, right?
Can you give me both again? 'Cause
I can give you both.
I don't remember. Well,
I'm standing
oh,
like this.
okay.
I've got
yeah.
the power surging through me.
Yeah.
I am very grounded. I am connected. I am straight.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I'm walking towards you.
And she's setting
I
that
wanna
in front
make
of
an
you. Now this is her setting her stage. Okay.
So
Her mind's where?
I'm Tammy.
Hi.
I'm making that eye connection.
Right.
I stood in my power.
Okay.
You
All right.
feel that strength, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's shake it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Shake it off. Okay. Hi. I'm Tammy.
Hi.
You notice a difference? Total complete difference.
I didn't. Well, maybe I'm.
Well,
not
she did the
too-
power thing. She's been doing the power thing for the past 10 minutes.
I
too,
think
so.
you. Well,
Yeah.
maybe.
All right, you try it.
You were pretty confident the second time, but you actually seemed. I could tell.
Try it.
But.
Feel the difference. This is us having fun. No
Okay.
judgment here.
Okay. Just what? Well. Okay.
How grounded do you feel?
Not very.
All right, so look at the ground.
Um.
I want you to think duty, responsibility.
mhm. I don't know. Feel comfortable with this, but it's fine.
Do you know how long it took
I
me
wanna
to do
do
stuff like this? I am very
Yeah,
shy
I know.
and bashful.
Yeah. Right. I know.
Would you ever pick me out as being shy and bashful?
Not based upon what
I am.
not.
I am. So for me to actually get up and to do this takes
Okay.
me a lot. So this is why I'm saying this stuff
Yeah. Right. Okay.
is absolutely amazing. I used to be a flower on the wall.
Wow. Really.
In groups, I don't
Mm.
speak. I stay in the background.
Or she falls asleep. She goes,
Oh.
if it's
You
a
know?
hypnosis process, she
Even-
just launches.
Well, even now, or I mean, you.
Yeah, she's
or-
much better.
I-
now.
Well, you can be probably whatever you want to be if you want to.
I've gotten better.
Okay.
But it used to be that there would be all these conversations going on and I wouldn't be talking to anybody and it was like so much loud chatter and everything like that. And I'd end up going hiding in the back until everybody was gone and done. I don't like being a
Yeah.
part of crowds and I don't like being a part of that stuff.
And she
So
still struggles
this
with that.
stuff-
This helps a lot.
Even
She's
the
still not a big
facial,
crowd person.
like I always feel like I have just the facial expression. I get sort of a deer in the headlights look sometimes
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not having now, but like if I'm and people pick up on it, I can't like. I mean, I'll try to give you the confident, look.
That right there is a power pose. That is confidence.
Okay, and then kind of like it's hard to explain, but that was kind of. Did you see that was weaker? Just the facial
Good.
expression. It's like
Mhm.
I can't explain it, but that's it's subtle. Like the
And when
eyes. are a
you
little
start
more
working
open.
directly with your subconscious and say,
And,
subconscious,
so,
this is, I want more of that. I want to step
okay,
out
well,
feeling that
This
way.
is good, helpful. I mean,
So, just so you know, I am very, 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 very shy.
what have you done to just practice this stuff, or
I do.
Oh,
I
okay,
do this every day.
like this thing, or
I hold my head straight.
yeah, I think there's a
Hold your head straight. And feel that power.
Oh, I feel it.
I do too.
Makes sense?
Oh.
yeah,
And you've got that power
and
all
the
within you.
eye kind of the staring at like the almost the gaze, you know,
Because
as opposed to
you're creating your
you know,
focus point.
you know, the other way. Yeah.
Yeah, the power just showed up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt it.
I felt
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
But I love Supergirl. She is like She-Ra too. If I had a sword, it would be
Yes.
She-Ra. You know, boots. Those are my two, you know. But since I don't have a sword and I
yeah,
don't have
that's
swords,
actually okay.
And you can create your own
Yes,
power
I
poses.
like that.
It can be any that you
But
pick.
so I love Supergirl. So the
Okay.
pose I like is this one. You know?
Mhm.
But it's amazing about the neurology that we have inside, how much that just resets everything. And if I have a moment where I feel like I'm totally unglued, weak, whatever,
What?
I do that. I will
You
take a
just
couple
stand
seconds
up
to
and
myself.
You will just okay.
Nobody even notices. Nobody even pays attention. And the only thing they see is the strength within you.
So you can kind of like just do. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So if you need to be grounded, close your eyes.
Yeah. Okay. What? Just
Close your eyes. Put your hands wherever you want. In a power pose, whatever, or just keep them to the side. But now what I want you to do is I want you to take a deep breath in. Put your lungs up there and exhale. Relaxing, releasing, letting go. And as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to imagine this warm wave of pleasure going all the way down your body, starting from the top of your head, going all the way down to the core of you, down to the center. Relaxing, releasing, and letting go. And now what I want you to do on the next inhale, and the next exhale. Send that wave all the way down through your feet, down into the ground, growing roots, feeling grounded, safe, and secure. Absolutely wonderful.
that helps a lot. Yeah. With the roots.
So the
visualizing.
more you do that, the more grounded and the more sooner you'll do it. But it's all about grounding into the connecting of the earth.
Right. Okay. And the pose, the arms don't have. They can be. It's really the ground. Okay.
Mhm.
Ever do yoga?
Yes.
So close your eyes. Close your eyes. And go to your center focal point. Your center focal point. That place that you go where the whole outside world just stops. Doesn't seem like it's being hard, does it?
Yeah. It's kind of like
So
around
what
here,
we just did,
yeah.
that's your solar plexus. That's how you
Yeah.
communicate
It's
out.
the kind of the navel areas. Right. Okay.
That is your powerhouse chakra. That's where you're communicating, and that's actually where you do want to be grounded at as well.
Okay.
So you want to feel it all the way down through your root, down.
Okay. Down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Try it. Did you want to try it? Wow.
Yeah, I got you. I like it.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
So you feel a difference. You see a difference.
Yeah.
So start doing that more. And then
Okay.
also what you need to do is have those IAMs going through to you too. And I don't know if you have IAMs up there, and I'm not trying to jump into slides.
So if you'll just kind of go ahead, keep talking.
Okay.
Do you have 10 more minutes
Well, we
in
can
you?
do a collaborative.
Go ahead.
Well, what I do is I do IAMs. IAMs are the two most powerful words that you can use.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I feel okay.
And you're welcome to sit if you'd like to, or stand. It doesn't make you
Well,
feel
Yeah,
comfortable.
you can
I mean-
do. This is another power pose. I don't do this one quite often. You'll take like that too. So, all right. So I am two most powerful words that you can use, because the word that comes after that is how you declare yourself to be. So if you think about I am, what word comes to you?
Aware. I mean, right now.
Okay. I like it.
How about you, Ariel? I am
Comfortable.
excellent.
Awesome. So now if you close your eyes, and I'm just going to ask subconscious to come forward. And what we do is we infuse you with the ideas. So whatever words I say, we add it into your structure and how you feel. And you're going to feel that power surge within your body. You're going to feel it in different places that you never felt it before. So as I say, I am strong. feel that strength within your body building. I am healthy. And feel that resonating within you in the subconscious. You can add any other words you want to add because we're just building. I am in control. I am amazing. I am love. I am light. I am compassionate. I am desire. I am passion. I am me. I am the best that I can be. I am abundance.
As she speaks, receive these thoughts. Don't think them. Receive them. Feel them first.
I am growth.
I am worthy. I am balanced.
I am in alignment.
I'm connected to my subconscious.
I am stepping into the unknown, and I am okay with stepping into the unknown. I am walking into where I feel comfort, awareness, walking into alignment.
I am home.
I am worthy. And I am feeling my worth more and more each and every day. I feel the power within me building, the strength within me growing, the connectedness between myself, the earth, and the sky above.
I'm having fun.
I am enjoying being silly. I'm enjoying the smiles on my face. I am living a life of me.
I am receiving. I am willing to actually receive, not just give. I'm willing to receive. It feels amazing.
I am awareness. I am comfort. I am home. I am brilliant. I'm amazing.
I'm radiant, exuberant.
I am letting everything happen naturally. Not analyzing, not rationalizing, bring it in. I am consumed in light and in love.
I am connected to your subconscious, and I am grateful. I am grateful. And take a deep breath in, and take a deep breath out. I am this. This is me. And I want it all.
So, over the course of the night, you'll get more I ams into you. And the I ams are actually going to be for you specifically. Because there are words that we've never even said. I am magnificent.
Let your subconscious give you the words.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Receiver.
Oh, yeah.
That's that gift of receivership.
And what happened to me one day is I was driving, and all of a sudden I start getting these ideas, and they just start coming in. They're little words that are kind of like overheard, whispered, whatever you want to call it. But it was so totally completely profound, and I said, you know what? Yes, I can relate to that. I am. You know, if I ask you how you're doing, how are you going to say you're doing? Well, I'm doing amazing. Really? I'm happy to hear that. You know, if someone says, well, I am tired. Really? Which is more appropriate? You know, because that I am is declaring how you are.
Right.
You know, that's just like I'm angry, I am pissed, I am aggravated, I am frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you feel the difference.
Right.
You know, you've got the control. You've got that knob within you that you can turn that gear.